Brian asks, what makes food kosher or not kosher? So first, let's deal with a common mistake. Kosher does not mean that the food was blessed by a rabbi. In Leviticus chapter 11, verse 3, we read that the only animals that walk on the ground that are permitted to be eaten must chew their cud and have split hooves. So, for example, and the Bible gives a few examples, a camel or a rabbit, which chews its cud but does not have split hooves, is forbidden from being eaten. Another example given by the Bible is that of a pig. We all know that Jews don't eat bacon, don't eat ham, because although pigs have split hooves, they don't chew their cud. Now, even those animals that are permitted to be eaten, like cows, sheep, and other animals that chew their cud and have split hooves, must be slaughtered according to Jewish law in the way that animals were slaughtered in the temple. Moving on to fish, Leviticus chapter 11 verse 9 teaches us that for fish to be kosher, they must have fins and scales. So anything that lives in the sea that doesn't have both fins and scales, take for example an octopus or a lobster, are not kosher. They're not allowed to be eaten. Another category of kosher has to do with the mixing of milk and meat. Jewish law prohibits any mixing of milk and meat. So even if the meat came from a kosher animal and the milk came from a kosher animal, a cheeseburger made from that cheese and that meat would be forbidden because it's the mixing of milk and meat together. A last category of kosher food has to do with wine. Now, wine is not an animal and it's not milk and meat, but because wine has sacramental purposes and sacramental use, and in ancient times, a lot of the pagan religions used wine in their ceremonies. So going way back, the Jewish tradition prohibited the use of wine that does not come from a Jewish source, lest it have been produced for pagan purposes. So that's what kosher means.